Hey, if you didn't hear, the T app just got breached. All you shawties that were hiding behind usernames, your information just got put out there and dudes can go look it up.
The T app was very popular in the past couple of weeks amongst gossipy women who wanted to dish the dirt while ducking accountability on their end and exposing men on the T app. Unfortunately, a data breach hit this week as well.
That's God's work.
Exposing 72,000 user images.
That's God's work.
Being nosy, get your ass.
T app basically was where women can secretly talk about men having all types of diseases, being deadbeats, or red flags. Well, all that info just got leaked because the owner of the app did not take the time to protect y'all selfies that y'all was taking to get into the app or your IP addresses.
Yeah, so the T-App is basically, as stated, it's something that's pretty much you can do on Facebook as well. It's supposed to be an anonymous app where women can report creepy men and beware other women. Of course, nothing like that is ever going to be good for society as a whole because you're going to have lots and lots of women hopping on there, just discussing men that might be painted in a negative and basically slander.
Right.
Slander and libel.
How the f did I get on the T app? I used to work with him. He gave me gay vibes. What?
You're going to have a lot of women taken to the internet getting revenge on men who they feel did not do them right, even though legally they did nothing wrong. So they're going to be on the T app posting about these men anonymously. And I got to say, for any woman that decided to do this, I got to say it's ridiculous for you to give your own selfie or personal government associated ID to any app that is going to grant you anonymity. That's the word I'm looking for.
Anonymity, yes.
Yeah.
So what did the psychos do with all of the leaked pictures from the T app data breach? They created a game where you can vote on whose verification photo is hottest. We are so cooked, bro. Yep, you can pick which one's hotter, and they even have a ranking system with win-loss ratios and everything.
Yeah. So if some app is telling you you're going to be anonymous, then they shouldn't require a photo ID of you in order for you to gain access to
Because
the app.
then you're not anonymous.
You're not anonymous. So like Telegram, I use Telegram sometimes, and that's supposed to be anonymous chats. And if Telegram asked me to use my ID or to take a selfie in order to gain access to it, I would never do that shit. So shout out to you non-tech savvy women who don't know how the internet really works. So anyway, hackers were able to hack into the T-App's database, and they were able to extract the information of over 72,000 women.
The T-App has just committed one of the most reckless data breaches of the decade. Every user who submitted a driver's license or face photo for verification has been exposed. No password, no token, no login. All of it hosted in a public Firebase storage bucket.
This is not good because now they have your face and your identity tied to a account, and they've been able to trace the locations of where all of these women are. So shout out to these women who are more thirsty and hungry to expose people, and gossip, that you put your own security at risk by giving people information they should not have had.
Ladies, do not use the T app. If you haven't heard yet, 4chan found out that they're using an insecure data store. This means that photos like verification photos and ID photos have been leaked online. This is a map with user locations, which is extremely terrifying. So if you've given them any of your personal data, please be very careful and monitor the situation closely because this is terrifying.
And then how much of that stuff is truthful and how much of that stuff is, like Dub said, a quick way to slander somebody?
I mean, I believe there's more of a quick way to slander somebody versus it being an actual application to help women. To me, there are much better ways to go about doing this. There are free Facebook groups, where women do the same shit.
Mm-hmm. Is this your man?
Yeah.
Right. That part.
Have
you seen him?
Yeah, so
Yeah, so it looks like 13,000 selfies and photo IDs submitted for account verifications. In addition to that, 59,000 images from posts, comments, and direct messages. And they also said that no email or phone numbers were exposed and that only users who signed up before February 2024 were affected. So if you signed up for this app after February of 2024, your data should be safe. But if you signed up before that time, you're pretty much screwed. And they're looking into engaging a third-party cybersecurity experts and working around the clock to secure their systems. And it looks like the hacked data is being shared amongst the internet after discovering these exposed databases. Now, from my understanding, I was reading a little bit on the inside. I work in the IT industry. Their database was not secure, which basically means they did not have a level of encryption around their database. So while people use the word hacked, they weren't actually hacked. There were no security measures in place to prevent anybody from extracting this data. So all people had to do was just basically go in the back way, through APIs. And basically, they were able to go in through the back way to the app, and that's where they gained access to the database where they were able to extract that information. And since there were no real security measures put in place to prevent this from happening, literally anybody who knows how to access endpoints has a way to do this. There was no encryption, no security, no nothing preventing people from accessing this database. So the people who own this T-app expect to see some major lawsuits, and I wouldn't be surprised if the company goes belly up, because that is a major, major risk, especially when you have people's data. You are supposed to have a way to protect the data in your database and prevent it from getting hacked.
Thank you so much for sharing this with me, because I have now looked him up. And of course, the irony has not escaped me that the founder of the T app, which is clearly an app very much geared exclusively towards women, was founded by a man and has failed miserably. In fact, touting the entire time that it's for women's safety and has done the exact opposite. Yeah, that was founded by a guy named Sean Cook. So you realize there's a back end to an app, right? Like, you know? So he has a bachelor's degree in business, marketing, and music from the University of Connecticut. So he's a business bro. Like, literally, he's a business bro. He's like one of those dudes who's like, I will make an app, and then he makes one and it sucks.
When people hack, there's a way of going around the encryption. There was no encryption involved to prevent people from doing. It's basically the equivalent of leaving your door open and having somebody just walk in and steal your shit. There was no lock in place or any type of measure to prevent people from accessing.
They didn't even put a latch on the damn screen.
Yeah, there was no latch, no nothing. So anybody could have accessed it because it was so badly secured. So if you're one of those women that signed up before 2020, February 2020, 24, they got your information, they got your photos. They may not have your email, they may not have your phone number, but they can certainly get that information through face tracing technology if they have a clear photo of you from that database. You can do a back trace, a reverse Google trace on people's faces now, and you can find social media and anything that's associated with that person's face. So if you got your face on a Facebook profile, somebody could possibly use the image from this database to find your Facebook profile or anything that's a LinkedIn profile or something like that. So that's the dangers of doing this. But shout out to you gossipy women who wanted to be messy and you got messy.
At the end of the day, when it comes, the bottom line for this T app is this: different people bring out different people. Different women bring out different things in men. One woman might, a man might feel one way about this woman and feel a totally another way about another woman. It's the person. So, you can sit there and talk or slander the man or whatever, but it just might not have been you, babe. It just is what it is.
Yeah. And Charles said they tried to put other people's information and they got their own information exposed, LOL. And he's exactly right.
Yeah,
that's what
correct.
happens.
God's work.
Yeah, so let this be a lesson to people
Stop
watching.
being nosy.
In any place that offers you being anonymous in exchange for knowing who you are, I wouldn't trust it unless it's related to your job or something like that. But yeah, it looks like the founder was a software engineer, so he should have known better. Yeah, so it looks like it was him and I believe a woman that put this T app together, and they're pretty much gonna come under fire.
Yeah, being messy ain't got caught up.
Yeah, if you want to be messy, just do it on social media where you can at least control your identity. You can't be 100% anonymous, but you can always make a burner page. Ask Kevin Durant about that shit. Yeah, so you can always make a burner page if you feel the need to expose people. But yeah, your selfies, your IDs are out there for the world to see. And the sad part is there's women who are more upset about this than the actual nude pics that they gave over the years. Because that was one thing I saw about the T app. They were like, men need a T app. And I'm like, no, we don't. Men, when we gossip, it's generally, if it ain't in front of a camera for a podcast like now, then it's generally in private. I don't want to be talking shit about people and have other people know I'm talking shit about them. So when we gossip, at least it's private. You know, women want to gossip and run to the apps and tell them that shit, and you can't do that without it coming back to you. In fact, that's energy. That's a lot of negative energy. That's why a lot of women they put out that negative energy and they get it back. This T app is certainly proof of that. So tread carefully when you're so eager to expose people, because that energy you put back might ricochet and hit you. So that's why I learned, man. After a while, I learned how to vent properly. I don't be telling on chicks like that no much unless they really piss me off or I want to let them know.
I'm not that guy. Like if being a chick ain't work, I don't have nothing to tell the dude she dealing with now. That's not my business. I don't care. We didn't work.